everyone, welcome to set 17 of Valkyrja Profile 3. Now, this is going to be a little bit different than my usual previous sets, because I've been getting a lot of questions lately about how to craft weapons, how to craft the armors, how to fill the soul gems, the Einherjar crystals and stuff like that. So I figured this set's going to be more of a tutorial how-to guide. Now, I've mentioned a few times in previous sets that I do plan on doing a guide for the entirety of the Valkyrja Armory mod. That's still going to be planned. I'm going to be reiterating a lot of these in probably a little bit more detail at that point in time. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and explain a few of the things that this mod has in terms of weapons, armor, and stuff like that. So first and foremost, let's go into our inventory. Go down. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff here. This is because I have all these so I can show you the mod, how it works. But what you want to know about are these. These are Einherjar crystals. Now, I'll go into detail about what these are in the big guide that I plan on doing, but I'm going to explain what these are in terms of Skyrim. Einherjar crystals work exactly like black soul gems, so they can capture the souls of everything. Bunnies, well, not everything, not dragons, but bunnies, giants, mammoths, bandits, whatever you come across, these things can capture so long as you have a weapon or an ability that has Soul Trap on it. Now, I've gotten this Elven Greatsword, and I've enchanted it with a mediocre Soul Trap ability. This allows me to trap the souls of enemies. Now, if you are a mage character, let me go to my menu, and you like using conjuration spells, let's go over to that, where are they at? You'll be able to do it as well by using the Soul Stealer ability for bound weaponry. So, bound bow, bound sword, bound two-handed weapon, I can't remember what it's called. Bound axe, there we go. Or bound dagger. If you have this in, it'll have a soul trap effect on that weapon, guaranteed. So you don't need a soul trap weapon or even the soul trap spell to make this work. But basically what this will do, let's see if we can find some bandits. I'm currently over in Helgen, where there should be some bandits. Let's see here. If not, I know where to go to get some. Oh. Come on, where you guys at? Huh. Must come here a while ago and killed them all. Anyway, let's go to another area then. Over here. So, in order to get a Soul of Einherjar, which you need to craft to make the weapons or armor, well, some of the weapons and armor anyway, you need to have the Einherjar crystals soul trap a black soul. And if you don't know what black soul is, black souls are, according to the mythology of Skyrim, they are human souls. That's why only black soul gems can capture the souls of humans. So let's go over this way, and there are a few bandits up over here. There may be some animals as well that I can test this on to show you the difference between a black soul, or not black soul gem, a Soul of Einherjar and a normal soul capture. Let's get going. Shit, it's off screen. FY, this mod comes from the mod Bridges of Skyrim. Pretty good mod. Alright, here's a good test. Alright, so as it is normally, I capture the soul. This is a greater soul gem? Oh, lesser. So as you see, it's still an Einherjar crystal. That's not what we want. We want the soul of an Einherjar. Oh, wrong way. Now, if you know your mythology, you know how to get an Einherjar soul. It's pretty easy. But not a lot of people study Norse mythology, especially the Einherjar, which are in Norse mythology. Let's go the mountain climbing way, the Skyrim way. Get up there. Here we are. Now we have a few bandits here to kill. As you can see, we captured the soul, even though I don't have black soul gems. Actually, I think I do. I'm gonna have to drop them. Alright. So, as you can see, we lost quite a few of the Einherjar soul gems. That is because they are now... Let's go down. Souls of Einherjar. Now, these are what you need to use for the crafting of the Valkyrja Armory. These still function as normal soul gems, so keep that in mind. You can use them to enchant gear or stuff like that, but you don't really need to, of course. Alright, we're so good. So let's go to a crafting table, and I'll show you how to craft your armor. Now, I can't do some of it because I don't have dragon hearts, which are another material you need for late armor gear. But in order to get stuff like the higher level stuff, you do need to level up your smithing. Pliko is very clever in her way of making this armor mod. So here we are in Whiterun.
I've been looking for you. A note. Looks like that's it.
Don't care. Okay, so you go to your local blacksmith, or if you have your house, go to your forge. Go in, and under... Let's see here. I have the wooden sword. I'm gonna explain this real quickly. Okay, this weapon, the wooden sword, you find at the very beginning of the game in the Helgen's Keep. It's right outside the door I went into. When you start the game, when you choose between Hadvar or the other guy, I can't remember his name. When you make the choice between Stormcloak and Imperials, you'll go inside the keep. In the area where you sided with the Stormcloaks, you'll still get there if you go through the Imperials. You'll find this on a table. Just pick it up and you'll be good. It'll be right next to a note on the ground. It says a blood wooden sword, yada yada yada. Now, in order to upgrade weaponry, you need to actually have the previous form. So we have the old wooden sword, and with that we can create the plain iron sword. As you can see down here, and we'll zoom in. It says I need 2 iron ingots, 1 old wooden sword, and 2 large strips to make it. Pretty simple to make, so let's make it. We now have the plain iron sword. Now, in order to upgrade it further, it's under steel. And you can even make an Einherjar gear as well. You get the intricate steel sword. So you go ahead and make it. And the next level is Dwarven, which is the Warm Dwarven sword. So far, we don't need Souls of Einherjars, so these are pretty easy to make. After Dwarven, you go into Orcish. And at the bottom, we have the Strong Orc Sword. It's getting harder to read, but this is our first time we need a Soul of Einherjar to create it. Now, keep in mind, you always need the previous sword in the list to make the next. So with this, we go ahead and make this. Whoop, didn't mean to go out. But after Orcish, you go into the Ebony level. And this is where I run out because I don't have any more Soul of Einherjar, but you can get the Magicka Ebony sword. And after that, you go into Daedra, which I don't think I can create past this anyway, to get the Sovereign Guard hero weaponry. Actually, it's not in this one. It's under Draugr, I believe. Yep, Sovereign Guard hero soul. And with this, you need a Soul of Einherjar as well as a bunch of the other stuff, but you still need the previous level sword. After this, you need to unlock Dragon, and you'll be able to create... Go down. A dragon. Oh, right, it's under Elven, this one. Where's Elven? Go down. Is it under Elven? Sorry, I lost track of my stuff. Oh, it's still under Ebony. Okay. You create Hofund with Ebony. after you have the Sword of the Dawnguard hero. But as you can see, it requires a lot of new stuff. So Einherjar, Dragonguard, and the Sword of the Hero, the Dawnguard hero sword. This is the highest level single-handed sword you can create with this mod, Hofund. Dragon hearts are dropped by dragons. Bear in mind, if you have a mod that in any way messes with the drop rate of any other creatures, such as hunting mods and stuff like that, or more meat on enemies, like you can create dragon meat stuff, you cannot get dragon hearts. It's a conflict. It's a conflict in the coding. It's really annoying, but that's kind of how it has to go. But with this, you upgrade Hofund. Now, there are other stuff as you may have seen as I was going through it. There are weapons and armor and like that. They all follow the same upgrade table. It goes iron, steel, dwarven, orcish, ebony, draugr, and dragon. The draugr being Daedra level stuff. So, if you do not have it in your inventory or your crafting menu or your forge, that means you haven't upgraded your smithing enough yet. You need to have at least up to dragon, the entire right side to get all the stuff. Even over here, you need to get advanced armor to get the steel gear and whatnot. Well, yeah, well, I need steel here. But you get the point I'm trying to say here. You need a lot of levels in your smithing to be able to create all the gear. It's as simple as that. Now, unlike the old wooden sword, you can create a bow in this game as well, in this DLC as well. It is under Imperial, and is the old bow. This is the equivalent of the old wooden sword. Now, bear in mind, Palico is constantly updating this mod. I talked to her on the average about stuff that she's planning, and we trade notes about drop rates of dragon hearts, drop rates of Einherjar crystals, stuff like that. There is a good chance the old bow may eventually find its way out into the world as a pick-upable object. So bear in mind, at this point in time, you have to craft the old bow. And it is under the Imperial tree, as you can see here. And from that, it's pretty simple. Again, it goes up from Imperial to Steel, Dwarven, Orcish, Ebony, Draugr, and then finally Elven, which gives you the Estril, which is the best bow you can get in the game, or in the mod. There are also, if you are a two-handed warrior, you use two-handed swords. You have now, at least you added in recently, the plain iron greatsword, which goes all the way up to dragon, as the Thu'um. Now again, you need dragon hearts for this stuff. Dragon hearts are always required to create the Valkyrie level gear, which is dragon level. So you need, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dragon hearts, including the shield. So keep that in mind. You will need quite a few soul gems, or Enhancemet crystals, but you can find them at shops now. They usually sell for 10 a bundle at the trader shops. You know, where you got the golden claw, where you returned the golden claw. Those are trader shops. You can find them at shops like that in batches of 10 generally. But you can find them out in the world as well. And basically, wherever you can find a soul gem, you can find an Einherjar crystal, possibly. I found some in Apocrypha, which is from the Dragonborn DLC. So keep in mind, you'll find them everywhere. Now, there is one last thing I'll point out before I end this set, because not much else to say. Didn't mean to leave that, though. There is two jewelry you can make. There are two jewelry you can make. They are the Amulet of Shore. Now, the Amulet of Shore will break your character, pretty much. It gives you a reduced shout speed, or shout time by 20%. You become 20% resistant to poison, and you're muffled. You also get this really cool particle effect that the people of Sovngarde had from the end of the game. The last one, which I'm not going to attempt to pronounce, well, let's see here, Enhelgar, is the Ring of the Slain Valkyrie of Nirn. This ring will break your character. It gives you boosts to your attacks. One-handed sword, two-handed sword, bow, resistances. So having this with the Amulet of Shore equipped will make you god tier, pretty much. You really need to jack up the difficulty in order to get a challenge out of the game. Bear also in mind, if you have the entire Valkyrie set, which is, let's go through them, Housecarl, Herkeldy, I'm butchering these names, I know I am, Helgmer, Score, and Skolder, you're pretty much God. I have played the game on impossible difficulty, and it's kind of like you're playing normal difficulty when you have all this armor with the rings and the necklace equipped, as well as Valkyrie level armor and weapon, or Valkyrie level weaponry. So it's pretty brutal. Now, there's one thing, last thing I want to mention real quickly. Let's get to it quickly. It was under Ebony. That's right. This is something that's not really advertised, but something I noticed. Now, I'm not sure if Plico fixed this or not, but Hofund has a soul trap effect as well, innately on it that doesn't show up at all. You could use its soul trap enemies for your Souls of Einherjar. So it's pretty freaking helpful. But that's pretty much it. It's actually very simple, this mod. I don't really see all the problems they have with it. That also being said, I am going to mention one last thing, if I can find it. Remember what's under. Things I miss. Here it is. The Abyssal set. This is the mod, part of the mod she's currently working on. By the looks of it, you need to upgrade up to Sovereign Guard hero level stuff, and then corrupt it. This is for the Vanir race that was recently added in. And I really love that she chose this weaponry for it. These are Estril's arrows. Oh, nifty. She added this in. Sorry, I'm about to fuck around a little later on with that. But these are the corrupted Valkyrie armor, Valkyrie weaponry. You can find them, you can make them as well if you want to. But as you can see, they're currently unfinished. She's having issues with the, with deciding on the helmet apparently. As well as enchanting them. She's working on that. So this stuff, you can play around with it if you want to. But for now, it has no enchantments to it. And as you can see also, Sovereign Hero's armor. It requires a few other things. This one requires potions of blood to make. She added in the ability to create those. And if you want to create the weaponry, you need Writ of Unsealing to create. Now that you can find over here on the tanning racks. All you need to do is go down to Writ of Unsealing, which just requires Enchanted Ink and Vellum. Vellum, you just need Letter to create, and Enchanted Ink. Bear in mind also, these spells, if there are anything involving the Vanir, you can't really work them yet. She's still working on fixing those, so keep that in mind as well. But in order to create Enchanted Ink, which you need to create for the Writ of Unsealing, you need access to a cooking station. Let's go in here quickly. And over here, at Cooking Spit, under Miscellaneous, you'll find Enchanted Ink, which requires Void Salts and Potions of Blood. Now, if you have the Potion of Blood mod downloaded, the Craftable Potion of Mod of Blood, they will not work with this DLC. You need to use the ones that appear in this mod. Fortunately, you don't need the Potion of Blood mod if you have this one downloaded, because you already have them craftable. So, pretty easy to do. And I believe this mod also makes it to where human hearts are droppable. That may be the only reason why you want to keep the Potion of Blood mod, is so you can actually take human hearts. But you won't be able to get human flesh to make these anyway, so you have to buy them still or find them elsewhere. So that's pretty much how it works. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But for the most part, that's all you honestly need to know about this mod at this point in time. She will have included some other stuff later in the game. What? Oh. So, yeah. So for now, I'm gonna kill some vampires. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week. Till then, bye-bye.